Yo, what is going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clock Master. I'm here with my mother,
Mommy Master,
and we're here for The Flash, Season 4, Episode 22. We're here for The Flash, Season 4.
At this point, you guys know I
Episode
pretty much gave up.
22. Hold up. Alright, so we're not going to recap last episode. We're just going to get into this next episode. All we will say is make sure to subscribe to the channel after the video if you like what you see. Even though there's one more episode left, I do cover all sorts of other things on this channel. A lot of Marvel news, DC news. I got a couple of videos coming out right after this video concerning Marvel and DC. I react to one or two other CW shows on this channel. So even though The Flash is ending, just subscribe if you like any of those other things I mentioned. Reviews, movie reviews, and those kind of things like that. Subscribe for that because it's all a bunch of content coming this summer. So we're not going to recap last episode. Just let's get into it, man. We'll talk about it at the end. Some of you guys have been following us the last couple of weeks. Already know what our thought process right now, so we ain't going to touch on that. Ready to go?
Yep.
Alright, let's get into it. We'll talk about it later as we normally do. Let's get into it now. Oh, Diggle!
Agent Diggle, good to see you, sir. We have the specimen ready.
The specimen. There's a man in there who we're supposed to protect.
Of course, sir. Our most powerful metadampener is set on the building.
Is that the vote?
Elvis Banana.
Hendrik Spaghetti. Eye scan.
DNA samples, sir. Central City branch had some trouble with the transmogrifier this time last year. You're good to go, sir.
Good. I'll drop the dampener. Got caught in a blast. Slugger's microchip now. Dampener's scrambled. Good luck with it, Professor. Who's there? My wife cared very little for violence. There we are! Me. Not so much.
Why didn't they just shoot him the first time?
Because elasticity.
Ooh. No, but they don't know that. I gotta admit, this scene is really cool. I gotta admit, this scene is pretty cool.
He lost it.
What? Wait, what? Oh, yeah, he's reanimating there. Remember the reanimated lady? Okay, can we explain how the bull is faster than a bullet? That's the only thing I don't get. How is he fast enough to... What? The bad luck lady. Red. Yo, type rip in the chat. Yo, I mean the comments. I was thinking like this is Twitch.
And God said, let there be light.
Wow. He bringing God into this now?
Here, guys, I keep Canaveral Space X and the Z.
I can't see how there's no way they could beat T.
And Black Hawk Island. What if I hit him? All of them. I'm serious. I mean, if I go into flash time, I could use each plate's electric current as a fuel source. Then I'd be fast enough to follow the bow into his pocket dimension.
What?
Serious boost.
Again, another genius idea. If hitting the plates didn't cause an electrical...
If I go into flash time?
Pocket dimension before the blast wave, ready to blow up the satellite on the other side. Satellite results came in. Okay. Oh, for me.
Sick. How you feeling? Sick.
Nah. This delivery is gonna be sick. Having this baby is gonna be like
Joe's
You
face.
scared me.
far out. That's the order chovies and pineapple. Tubular.
Tubular, brah. There's your tab. That'll totally be $8.50.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, this house is.
Bitchin', yeah.
Hey, did you send an alert?
We did. We think we figured out how to stop DeVoe and save the hostages.
Well, what is it?
Us.
You bring us into flash time with you.
I ain't even gonna say it, bro. I ain't even gonna say it. I ain't even gonna say it.
We're in flash time, but that didn't explain why we were conscious.
Which gave us this brain blast. When you run, you don't just tap into the speed force. You generate speed force around you.
It's like you're creating lightning to protect you from friction, like an aura.
So when I bring you into flash time, I'm actually extending my Speed Force aura to you.
And what if physical touch just focuses those powers?
Been through this!
Share my speed.
We'd only be able to last a few moments before we burned out, like 55 milliseconds of real time.
Everything looks normal to me when I'm in flash time, but it took me months to learn how to operate like that.
Exactly. That's what makes you the perfect candidate for training. Train us.
I know it's a leap, Barry.
I don't want to see this right now. This flash time
Stay
thing.
calm this time.
I don't want to see that right now.
I love
That's not even upsetting me.
No, I'm gonna explain why it's upsetting me.
All right, take two.
Yes! Nice! Oh, baby breach.
He said bra.
That's right, Barry. A baby breach.
Man said
In
bra,
time,
yo.
she'll blossom into maturity, but for now, in flash time, she's my little breachling.
Richling? Oh, Lord.
Cold gun's still not working, just like Killer Frost.
Gotta find a way to offset the friction.
Damn it. My leg's stuck.
All right, just stay calm.
Hey, watch out.
All Barry is saying, oh, he triggered something. She triggered something. Maybe they triggered Killer Frost.
She lost in a tank.
Because you have the character who's a Flash, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, hey guys, I've been running in Flash time for months. I'm the only one that knows how to do." Why didn't you do this before then? And my issue is not Barry saying that. My issue is why would the writers make him seem so dumb for 5-6 episodes that when you get to this episode, I can't even enjoy it and say, "Oh, Barry's mad smart. He's so cool." Because for 6-7 episodes, he was like a dunce. He didn't even know anything. And even when he's trying to teach them, it's like he can't even teach them the one thing. Oh, just calm down. That's the only thing he's saying. That's frustrating me, man. Like, why would you write something so stupid? I'm not blind, yo.
Apartment 4.
No, not apartment 4.
Babe. Babe.
Who the hell are you anyway?
Okay, not better. I'm calling Haynes.
What are you doing in my house?
Cecile, this is our house.
Cecile. Why do you keep calling me Cecile? My name's not Cecile. Lamaze.
I just switched things up in my head, but hey, am I crazy because you were...
Babe, trust me.
I've got the charge. Breachling is go. 5 more to go. Remember, stay focused.
He better get it. Why? So he destroyed one. What happens to the rest?
He put the rest in his pocket.
Wait, he only...
Once upon a time, in some remote corner of that universe, there was a star upon which clever beasts invented knowing.
You're quoting Nietzsche at me.
You destroyed a satellite. Top marks, quick boy.
That's me, right there.
Kitty, honey, don't! Killer Frost. She was part of you. Even then.
The particle accelerator hadn't exploded. How's that possible?
What?
Hello, Professor DeVoe.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Initiating Enlightenment Protocol.
Let there be light.
He did it.
The Enlightenment.
What are we gonna do?
God saw. It was good.
Oh, wow.
Again, like you were saying for the past, you were saying, this season should have just been like, honestly, 13 seasons. They could have done this story in 13 seasons. Instead of just dragging it out to this point, waiting to add a dramatic ending where the villain actually does succeed in what he's trying to do. But, man, I'm like, I am like so tired, like physically tired. This show has drained me out.
I mean, the actions.
But
and
before I talk, anything
all
you
I'm
want to
saying
say?
is that the actions and so on are good, but they're making this villain almost like Thanos. Like, he have all the power and nobody can beat him, and he's walking around with this pompous feeling. I mean, personally, I've had enough of him. I think all of this storyline should have done already. It's trying to last a whole season like this, and I think by now the whole team, knowing each, and I kept saying this all the time, knowing each power that he took into him from each meta human there, and they know how every one of it works. They should have known by now how to defeat him. You know, it's like I watching that Supergirl and they've been studying Rain, where her power and her force is coming from. And they're planning to target that part of her body, right? These are things I think they should have been doing, not just saying we're gonna beat DeVoe, we can't do this, we can't outrun him. I mean, Harry might be losing his mind, but he is right. And that man got worse, and he speed up his things since his wife left. You got to get to the heart of the matter, and they should have known or come up with some sort of plan how to defeat him by studying what these powers can do, how far it can go. And then you don't go and fight DeVoe like that out in the open and leave Star Labs vulnerable, knowing that he have a backup plan. That should have never been. Right? That should have never been. And you shouldn't have people coming in and out of that building without no proper security. Of course, I know you're using he going from thing through little portholes or whatever it is. But as a time enough is with DeVoe. And now they're leaving everything in the last 2 episodes, and now they're gonna leave us on a cliffhanger, I'm quite sure, in the last one. Right? But I have respect to see that he take all of these powers from these metahumans and form them into one powerful human fighting machine. So that's just my take on the whole thing.
Yeah, but I know you want to get a kiss and all kind of things. So.
No, you could go ahead. I gotta go and get my stuff.
I'm waiting for him to get this kiss. Yes, he's not going to go until he get his kiss. So.
But I think people know.
You lose.
Know your moves, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is part of the. This is Wally style.
Mm-hmm. Good night.
We are doing Black Lightning.
That show done a long time.
The Flash. Mm-hmm.
All right, so my mom just spoke about the episode and all that stuff. I mean, before I explode, I'll talk about the positives. So this episode, the opening sequence is really cool. Like the when DeVoe was using his powers in the beginning, it was really cool to see him actually just go around and use using it with the music. That was pretty cool. Another thing that I enjoyed about this episode,
madman.
Yeah, I liked it. It was cool, and just how the usage of the powers were pretty cool. Also, Joe and Cecile, their moments were very, very funny to me, and like that was really enjoyable. I enjoyed that, seeing that. Iris did piss me off a little bit this episode, but it's whatever, man. I'm not gonna.
Everybody emotions running high.
But Harry was funny.
Yeah, I think Iris was just trying to hold on to some sort of something to make her comfortable, because it's like everywhere you go something happening, so she ain't want nothing coming to the house now.
I get it. Everybody's got their own rules with the house and their car and stuff, so I get it.
Rules about a house. I'm saying that this is her only comfort zone where nothing ain't happening.
I understand that. It's whatever. You know what I mean? Another thing that I would say I probably like to about the episode, I think that was all I really liked about this episode. What I hated about this episode now that the fun stuff is over, what I hated about this episode, I talked about it earlier a little bit with my mom, and I'm just going to explain my position to some of you guys out there, so you can just understand where I'm coming from. I already told my mom everything, basically where I'm coming from with this, while we were off camera. But the whole enter flash time thing pissed me off, and I'll explain why. It pissed me off because it's an issue with their writing that I'm just so done and tired of them doing this kind of stuff. I'm tired of them. I don't want to, I'm not going to be that guy and be like, oh, the flash time scene was so cool, so that saves the episode. No, it does not save the episode. I feel like if the flash writer's not even writing to people that can actually process normal thought, man. Like, I think they just, and no offense, man, I hope I'm not offending anybody. I feel like they're just writing for children at this point, because a normal child, I know me when I was about 12 years old or so, if I was seeing this episode, I would thought it was really cool. Like, I wouldn't be focusing on it really in depth as I am now. So I'm just saying, for me personally, if I was 12, I know looking back that back then when I was 12, I didn't really care about some of this stuff. Like, if I thought they had some cool action stuff, I'd be like, oh, this is awesome. This is a great episode. This is a fun episode. But now that I'm older and I'm analyzing things, and I'm analyzing things scientifically, and I'm analyzing things from the writing perspective, this was trash. That was not a good thing to do, because you had Barry in 6 to 7 episodes looking like he's stupid, looking like he can't even think for himself, coming out of the Speed Force with this supposed power and super strong, and he even mentions it in this episode. Oh, I've been using flash time for months now. So you telling me that this is not an error, that because you're using flash time, Cisco mentions that you can outrun an exploding bomb, but you telling me for 7 episodes you let villains like Null, the Thinker get away so much times. He's not even super fast. You let him get away so much times. All these other villains and metas that you face, for some reason you can run faster than a nanosecond in like half the time. And you're telling me that you're not going to address that until the very end? You're going to have, from the Enter Flash Time episode, have a whole bunch of episodes in between where you don't address that amazing display of speed, where you don't address it, and until the very end you actually decide to bring it back? And then, even when they bring it back, oh, I don't know how I can bring you guys into Flash Time. There you go again. Stupid Barry. Barry Allen. This is not Barry Allen, yo. This is not Barry Allen. It just irks me because I know the character, right? And I know I try my best not to compare things to comic books and things like that because they're not going to get everything right. And I know that, right? But my thing is, Barry Allen, okay, is the only person that knows a little bit more about how to use the Speed Force more than Barry is Wally West. Wally West is seen as probably the greatest Flash in the history of Flash, right? But Barry Allen knows almost everything there is to know about the Speed Force, everything to know about his speed. So why do you need Cisco and Caitlin to draw up something on a board to tell you how to shoot your own speed? You should already know this already. I'm tired of the writers spitting on the Flash. All of them are just like chewing tobacco and spitting on the Flash, and I'm getting tired of it. Like, it just hurts me because I'm a huge Flash fan. I really love the character, and I hate when they misrepresent the character so much to a point where you would even have him, like, again, I'm saying it again, 7 to 8 episodes of him not doing Flash stuff, stupid fillers, man. I'm tired of it, dog. I'm really done and tired with it, man. And I said this earlier in my live stream. I'm finished ranting right now at this point because I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all don't like what I have to say, I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it honest with you guys. How I'm feeling right now. This is how I'm feeling right now. Nobody's influencing how I'm feeling or this is just how I feel right now. I was literally watching the show and my head, all my neck right now is hurting. I've never experienced that from watching a show.
Well, you know they gone home and drink orange juice or something, you know, you chest and you stomach.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's so ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
It's so ridiculous that I'm so passionate about something that is about a fictional character that is messing me up.
I know a lot of people passionate.
You know what I mean?
About the
no, I'm not trying to say that.
No.
I'm saying it's ridiculous.
I'm saying I know a lot of people are into shows, whether it's Flash or whatever. I mean, I love the show. I am just disappointed as a fan this season. I can just pull out a few that I liked. Mine would be the very first one he came back. Mine would be the second one when Ralph turned up as DeVoe in the wheelchair. That was pretty cool.
Iris as the Flash for an episode was fun too.
Right.
I like
that. And this one tonight, although they wait so long to come on, to me it's like I literally think the middle episodes they were at a loss given what we know outside of the show. I think they were at a loss. They lost a brilliant mind in terms of writing.
I wouldn't even say he was brilliant.
Well, the show had a little bit more substance.
You're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so let me take out the word brilliant. The show with the writing, it was going somewhere.
I'm trying to find this post that I saw on Twitter. Shout out to Chainsaw Reacts, man. He actually reposted this from another guy, and I'm trying to find the post right now. Actually, look for it.
So you could look for that because I found it. I gotta go.
No, I found it. Here's what it says. Season again. This is from somebody named Sir Dude, and it was reposted by Chainsaw Reacts. And this is what he said, and I couldn't help but agree with this. Season 1. You had a speedster villain mainly focused on the idea of time travel. So the entire season you were focusing on time travel. That was true. Season 2, you had a speedster villain mainly focused on the idea of the multiverse, introducing like Earth to this and blah, 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 blah. While some episodes were pretty wonky, it was focused on a specific thing, right? Season 3, speedster villain mainly focused on the Speed Force. While Season 3 in itself did have some messy moments, it had a main focus. There was not one time I would say they really went off the rails as far as not talking about Savitar. Maybe the first 5 episodes was like not concerning Savitar, but from the rest of the season on, it was focused on Savitar and the Speed Force and everything. Here's the issue. Season 4, you have a non-speedster villain, and it's kind of all over the place. That's the issue. It's not focused. It's not a focused season. And the thing is, by the time they do all this cool stuff now, it's like, you're just like, ugh. Like, I can't even feel happy. I can't even feel excited because I'm so, you already drained me out.
I would feel excited like if they had started this like 2 weeks ago leading up to now.
Oh, exactly.
Instead of packing it into one show tonight, and then they're going to try to bring all of this confusion happening now.
To come to a conclusion.
To see you getting baby, this body happening, to come to a conclusion.
The coffee girl.
Which will, and whole season, they keep showing the coffee girl coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. What was the purpose? I'm still waiting to hear what was the purpose. First couple of shows, she was smiling. Last 2 shows, she faced salty. Popping in, popping out. And up to now, you don't know what was the purpose. I don't know what was the purpose of the lady coming back with she clanging. I thought it would have given them more ideas. They wait too long to go after Marlies, as far as I'm concerned. That should have happened last week. Now, if they were focused in this show, and I'm talking about the writers, because the actors can only act what is given to them.
Yep.
So I'm not getting on the cast.
Not at all.
All I'm saying is that the way how they write it is either half of them were drunk, or they took a time off or something, and everybody must or somebody lost some paper, or the original writer must lock away his thoughts in some vault and then had access
I feel like when people write these episodes, they don't look back or pay attention to the stuff that happened in the last episode.
Well, this season felt that way. This season felt like,
oh my lord, man,
everybody was just right. Oh, tonight I just let me write this.
Yeah, that's right. Do this.
And why wait till now to show you Caitlin, who was supposedly going, everybody, because when the psych doctor said, you and your friends, I'll charge by the quarter hour, which means everybody going to this particular doctor. And the wait till now to show Caitlin going there, I'm quite sure Cisco maybe went, or whatever. What I'm saying is that all of what happened tonight, it was beautiful. I would have liked to see DeVoe.
Some of it was beautiful.
No, what I like about what he did is that all of the metas...
Oh, I'm sorry, before I forget, another thing I forgot to mention, I do have to say that they did take that whole sharing the speed thing from the recent comic books from Flash Rebirth. There was a part where they were trying to beat Godspeed in the first, I think it was the first volume. They're trying to beat Godspeed. No, I'm just saying. They're trying to beat Godspeed, and they had to share some of Barry's power. So while they had to run next to Barry in order to share, and then they had to share their speed force with him. So I know they took that from that comic book to kind of reference it. So that's probably the only thing I could say it was cool that they brought it to get reference the comic book, but. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry, you were saying?
No, all I'm trying to say is that, DeVoe is completely annoying, wickedly annoying, and I really can't stand him. Savitar was annoying, but not evilly annoying like this one here, and since Marlies walked out on him, he got more like this. Now, if he had taken over these metas, and he's talking about this enlightenment and made it turn into good, it would have been something good, or maybe something nice. But it is good to see that somebody with such a mind, to me it just shows that if you put something into somebody and they have a depressing or a bad mind, whatever power you give them, that's what they're going to use it for. Something evil, depressing, and bad, and there's a lesson in all of that. And you got to be careful who you give power to. You got to be careful in which hands you place certain things with people, because if that person don't have a good mindset, I'm sorry for the people who fall under that person or the environment that person is in. So, but it's good to know that all of these powers that he collected, he pulled off such a fight without even having to practically raise a finger.
It's like he became a master.
Yeah, he mastered it.
It's like this dude is just like force choking people, throwing
Yeah,
him
like
across
Ralph.
the place.
If Ralph used his powers like how DeVoe was using it, I mean, and look how he used when the girl was make bad things happen. Look how he just killed that person with just one little marble instead of
right?
people just rolling on marbles when she had the power because she didn't know what she have. And you see him going like this and he conducting. There's a five violinists coming in into play and all of that. So I mean, it was a good scene, but it didn't make me pop because they took too long to come to this point. So it's every week you come in and you're like, and then tonight it's there and you're like, you're not beginning to breathe again. And then I don't know what can happen next week.
Look,
Right?
all I'm saying is that if the first 5 episodes of season 5 is not good, I'm not watching the rest of the season. That's a promise.
Well,
and the only reason, and at least I'm not reacting to it, because the thing is, the only reason I'm posting these reactions, these last episodes, because I know you guys like to hear what we gotta say. If it was up to me, I would honestly just watch this on my own at this point, and not even post reactions. But I know you guys really want to see our reactions, and we enjoy doing them. But I gotta be honest with y'all, man.
I am a huge Flash fan and watching the show from since it started, even before we did this. But these are my questions. What was the purpose of showing the girl all these times and writing the same language Barry was writing and not focus or even show an episode of who this person is, what they're doing behind the scenes, whatever.
And then they're gonna try to throw it all at us at the end.
What is the purpose of just like, okay, what was this Cisco and the other girl and whatever? I mean, I know you had to show some personal things, but I thought that all of these people would have come together, put their head down and focus on, that's just my disappointment. It's like if you're in a classroom, are your teachers every week dropping clues and points and different things? Are you seeing somebody fail a test and then they say, I failed because you didn't do this or whatever? All these things now become life lessons. Are you take it to heart and study it? And that's just my downfall.
We hear what DeVoe even said it himself. All this time and you haven't learned anything from me yet?
Well.
Yeah, even DeVoe said it. All this time you ain't learned anything? Me too, bro. I'm asking the same question too.
That they should have known by now and had an inkling instead of waiting on the second to last show to go into Flash time.
Man, let DeVoe take care of them, man. At this point, let DeVoe have his way. Let DeVoe have his way. Because at this point, they're acting stupid. So it might as well. Because they're not using their brains. So it might as well.
Not me. I think they should get back. Yeah. What's the purpose of having Star Labs and nobody being a star?
Oh, man.
Harry getting stupid. And then all of a sudden he can't, it's for a couple of weeks he can't think.
And then there will be moments where he could think and then no moments where he can't think.
Maybe he should go back on honeymoon or something. I don't know, for you to think straight.
Go back to Earth. Anyway, man, my battery's dying and my time is running out. So
gotta go.
Thank you guys so much for watching. For a commentary, me being honest, I'm being honest. That's your opinion. We're going to react to the last episode next week. And then we'll see what happens for season 5, man. I don't know at this point. We'll just have to see, man. We'll just have to see.
You need to watch every YouTuber and fans' reaction to hear what people are saying about the show.
They really do need to
make it better, because I respect all the YouTubers' views. I've been reading all the comments on your channel and other channels, and I think everybody has a point. Some people are just totally into it and it's like, hey, Sarah, it's a nice show. But people who really die hard and like the show and like to see nice
you're going to see the problems.
You're going to see where the loopholes are.
Look, people think it's impossible to like a show and call out the issues. That's not impossible. You can love a show.
You know I like Young and Restless. And you see how I was watching sometimes when it threatened me. When it threatened me, I just pick up the remote and I go poop, poop, poop. I don't want to see it because it's stupid.
The point I'm trying to make is that you can love a show and call out the flaws. And that's what I'm doing here. I love the concept of the Flash. I love the Flash as a character. And I like the show up until this point. And I'm just calling the flaws. I wish that and I hope that the next and future seasons will be better and they learn something from this season. And that we can move forward and move past this and have a better show again. That's what I really want for the show.
The writer should go back to writing school. Learn how to
go back to school, daggone it. Gosh, man. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Clockmaster N.
Mommy Master.
Out. Arr!